yesterday.
Let me see, I try it.
Alright.
Welcome back, Peter.
Peter leaves through the entrance and is gone for a little bit.
Okay.
Comes back 5,000 years old.
Sees as Peter doesn't come back immediately, Charles is, well, curious to what happened to him, so he goes after him.
As you chase him, you do leave the forest, but just as last night, you come back running straight through the front gate in a straight line right back.
Wait. But only Charlie?
Come on! This is like an elf trap or something.
Wait.
That would make sense.
You have angered the trees.
So Peter can leave?
You wouldn't know right now. Peter is now walking through the forest.
Well, guys, seems I'm trapped here, so have fun.
Can I leave?
So, just as you did, the same with Charles before when you came back. You come back into the forest, back into the village.
Weird.
As you're all completely confused and don't understand what the hell is going on. Actually, no, you know what? You as well, Sabine. You as well will disappear for a little while.
Okay. Bye.
I'm completely mind-fucked.
All of us. Maybe he doesn't like necromancers.
Alright. So, for, what, about 30 minutes, you're all like, what the hell is happening? Where are these two? You're talking with each other, not understanding what's happening. All three of you also have tried to exit and enter the same way as Charles did inside. At that point, both Sabine and Peter actually come back, though not at the same time, but in 1 second. It's because you're both. Yes. Then I have to go like that.
I like that we got the Book of Hand signs that way. It was brilliant.
We have all the key ingredients and leave.
Peter and Sabine suddenly do come back, but they're both very exhausted. They look a bit different as when they entered. You both have 1 point of exhaustion, and you've actually been outside in the forest for a week. Both of you.
Week.
Oh boy.
Okay, what have I managed to get in that week?
Nothing. You were aimlessly wandering in an endless labyrinth. Scavenging for foods, eating what you could. Sometimes could not sleep for the dangers around you. Same for Peter. You're both exhausted, which is why you both have a point of exhaustion right now.
Holy shit.
Luckily, one of you two did have your little hand sign book with you, so you might have learned something from it by that point.
That would have been... Were we together?
No, you did not see each other, so I don't know which one of you has it.
I had it.
So then I would suppose for the ease of sake, you would have learned at least enough from the book for communication purposes. But I would suggest doing something because you're both hungry, exhausted, and not in an okay state.
Yeah, I will look at them and tell them, what the fuck happened? I've been looking for this place for a goddamn week. I've been out there in the rain and the cold, running from wolves.
Sabine, you've only been away for 30 minutes here.
No, a week.
And with that, I'll just slog my way to the inn.
There are still some leaves and branches stuck in your hair as you
I do not care at this moment.
Like, screw you guys. This was the worst week of my life.
Language. That's a good one. Alright, as you approach, just to be a bit quicker, Famoria does see you approach like, child, what have you done?
I tried to leave, but I've been for a week out there, and my companions, they keep telling me it's been a few hours at
You've
most.
tried to exit the village, haven't you?
Yes.
Like I said, I'm sorry, dear. I didn't tell you that yesterday. I would have assumed your little
Yeah.
dwarvish friend would have told you something.
I am very low intelligence.
And, well, it is highly ill-advised to leave the village at the moment. You either are lost forever, or never, or you keep coming back, or you lose a lot of your time.
I look at her, throw 3 coins on the table, and immediately just go to my room.
Just no coins needed. She understands.
Okay. I'll take the coins and then just you little shit. Okay. And sleep.
In the meantime, can I inspect one of these houses?
No, they're just there for visual purposes in the terms of like. Okay, so let's just say that Peter and Sabine sleep the entire afternoon off to get their point of exhaustion. While this is happening, do Skux, Solp, and Peter and Charles want to do something specifically else?
I'm going back to the shop to see if they're open yet.
So as you approach, okay, just place your characters where you want them to be. Currently, Peter and Sabine are asleep, so they are doing their own stuff.
Yes, I'm gonna check the shop again.
That's not the shop, that's the
That's not the
Tinker's
shop.
house.
The blacksmith thing.
Oh.
Sure, if you want to look at it again. Skux, what you would like to do?
I will sit down and drink in the inn.
All right, you may. I'll assume you'll spend the same amount of time as Skux and Sabine in there. Then.
Yeah.
All right. Bum. Let me see. Okay. So let's start with you again. As you approach the merchant house, you see that Nero is currently on the outside, and his door is open, but he's looking at it very intently and is kind of fuming.
Hello.
He looks at you and is going like, "What do you want?"
We heard.
Oh, sorry. What do you want?
We heard you brew beer. We want to purchase some.
Well, I would have brewed beer by now if I didn't find somebody vandalizing my door. So at the moment there is no beer.
We look
Or
aghast.
brew in any sort.
We look aghast, horrified.
Love it.
Who would do
Well,
such a thing?
Make a deception check.
Oh no.
Oh no. It's
One.
One.
Please.
One. Roll one.
Oh,
Aww.
that's good enough.
That's a pretty
Alright.
good deception check. Time for my insight roll.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's a hidden net 20. Watch it.
Let me look up where's Nero's stats. You're talking against a 688-year-old man with a lot of experience.
Yeah, but the last like 300 years he's been sat here with his wife. He's probably like brain dead by now.
Valid.
Probably. Plus. Okay. So he rolled the exact same number, so that means he beats you. He notices your lack of actual empathy as you try to oh come on, this goddamn words are leaving my mouth.
No.
Exclaim your fake empathy for it, and which raises suspicion on his end, and Let's just say he also didn't have a very good experience with goblins in his past. He's just a goblin, by the way. And he's like, "What do you know then?"
We know lots. What do you want to know?
If you had something to do with this,
No, why would we have something to do with this?
roll me a deception check again.
Are we gonna continue this till he passes?
Ouch.
Oh!
Oh, damn. Alright, my turn. Yeah, no. It's like, he approaches you very slowly. It's like, "I will give you another last chance. Do you have anything to do with this?"
We just walk off.
He
love you.
watches you walk off and just turns around and just continues working on his on the door again.
Hey, wait till he's not looking and do it again.
You are doing it?
No, not now, not now.
Okay. Alright, what would you like to do now, Zolp?
I'm just gonna wander aimlessly.
Wander aimlessly, okay. Speaking of wandering aimlessly, Charles, what are you gonna do?
Hey, I'm gonna do a nature check on the.
Okay, we're done here.
vines.
Let's continue on to the others. And no, just kidding. Nature check in what way?
As in to see what kind of reaction they would have on the flames, because I have a torch in my inventory.
Well, you don't really need to do a nature check for that. They just go out of the way a little bit.
Okay, so I move towards the end of like this hut and like see how far I can get with like the torch.
Right. While as you approach, I would like for you to do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Okay, Charles. Just as you approach, even with your torch, a very, very big vine wants to literally grab you by your throat, and you just manage to evade it as you go backwards by your evasion ability, and you just stumble backwards. Oof! On the floor, your torch falls next to you,
And that's when I consider that this is probably not a good idea to do on my own, and I just go back to the inn.
He probably wanted to say that the flame went out. Goodbye,
Oh.
Isaac.
Okay, I'll wait.
Goddamn headset. All right. So, like I said, your torch falls on the side, and yeah, you are a bit flabbergasted as what the hell was trying to just grab you. You see the darkness of the forest, the big vine retract a little bit backwards behind another tree.
Oh yeah, you
Follow
didn't
it,
hear that,
follow
yeah.
it.
You do what?
I'm not gonna follow it now. Thinking that I should probably not do this kind of stuff on my
Give
own.
me a little minute, please. 1 second.
No. Okay.
Come on, you get probed by a vein. What more could you ask for?
I'm not a girl, you know.
Who cares? You still have entrances.
Precisely.
Also, I believe we're not in anime at the moment, so it's probably a very bad thing. Fine.
Oh yeah, mine. I don't know.
Wait, I can
Oh
speak
wait, Ellie
Infernal.
writes. I failed the last bit because I passed the signal as danger. What the fuck does that mean? Almost wasted an hour of. No, this is like us getting ready to do the things, but we're just progressing the story, and right now we're trapped in this area.
I'm trying to get out, but it doesn't work.
Just walk out, Charlie. We'll see you in a few hours.
I mean,
Precisely. You only have a week of hell.
Get a book with me. It's a good way to get knowledge, apparently.
wait, do I have a book with me? Yes, I do. I also have a holy symbol for some reason.
Yeah, you can pray the cold away, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, if you go at red, then Bad Ellie, yeah.
Just realized I haven't had dinner yet.
Oof. Well, you're gonna be here for another 2 hours or something.
We'll
Might
have
get some
a-
snacks.
We'll have a pause.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to answer the phone. All right. So where was I again? Oh yeah, you just narrowly evaded something grabbing you by the throat. A vine grabbing you by the throat.
Okay, what I was about to do is like, I look at the place where the vine goes and I'm like, nah, I shouldn't do this on my own. I just walk back to the inn. Like a...
Okay, so you walk back to the inn. Let's just assume that you stay there for a while. Considering then Zolp, what will you do while you're aimlessly walking around into nothing? Oh yeah, he's BRB. Alright,
Zolp
let's just
forgot.
advance 8 hours and go forward as the sun's starting to slowly set in the afternoon.
What a day.
And Peter and Sabine, you emerge after your weekly shenanigans.
Yes, we do. And I would like to see if I can see the little girl.
Alright, so the little girl is indeed sitting on a little chair at the desk with Famoria, and they are like silently conversing. You can actually see Famoria using hand signs. with her.
Oh, interesting. I would like to approach Famoria and ask her, did you get any information out of her?
He looks at you, is like, information out of this child? What would
Well,
I do with that?
She was standing in a line near the forest, along with the not so fortunate other people we found there.
She takes a breath in and out. She then approaches the child and, you know, just puts her hair a bit behind her ears and rubs her forehead. It's like, this child has seen a lot and too much for somebody for her years.
Zolp is off.
What?
Zolp just dashed away.
Yeah, indeed.
Zolp's wandering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Zolp can enter the inn whenever he wants to. And she's just like everybody else that's still here, a victim of this cursed village.
Do you know her
probably
name?
seen... Come on, child. What is your name? And she makes a few hand gestures. And considering you learned from the hand gesture itself does not really depict a name, but it depicts an item, which is a flower.
Hmm.
So you would assume that this would be Flora.
Yeah. Hmm.
He then looks at Famoria and she does a few other hand signs, and what you can understand from the hand signs, like, I don't want to tell it. She's like very unsure. And Famoria looks at her again and also makes a few hand signs. And he said, like, if you wish, child, I can say it for you. And she then hand signs back. It's like, I don't know.
Well, what is it? Maybe it can help us.
I think it's not much something that can help you, child. It's more about what happened to her.
Maybe
than
it's still
anything
relevant to us.
She looks at you and she starts to cry a little bit, and Famoria starts to hug her and is like, it's all right, child. I will tell it for you, okay? Now, how about you go upstairs, take a few cookies with him, and go to sleep, all right? It's almost your bedtime. And she does so. She bows a little bit towards you. She goes a bit to Sabine. She gives her another hug at her leg, and then goes upwards at the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
She sits down, and she relays the situation of this village. Originally, she says, this was once a grand city. It was called Oniro.
We know that much.
And how would you?
We found a little notebook. Your husband, he showed us the house of a tinkerer's shop and said we could have a look. We found this notebook. I currently don't have it. Peter has it. I don't know if he's still asleep or if he managed to get downstairs yet.
I'm probably walking downstairs as you say that.
Alright, give me a little minute. Alright. Let's see. And then goes to Brazil. Okay, and then alright. So Fomoria sits down and looks at you all as she explains that originally this little village was not called Formenos. Formenos was a name given to it by me and my husband. It is ancient Elvish for the forgotten few, or those who will be forgotten. Appropriate for what is to happen to us. She continues on. Originally a grand city, beautiful ones, more than 600 years ago, at least to our understanding of time, because time in this place is never normal. You go outside, you come back, and suddenly you're 300 years older. Or you lose a day, or a month, or a week. And over here, only just 2 days passed. I've had people had the reverse, where we waited for months and they were only gone for 30 seconds. When our, and then she looks outside the window of the inn with a very sad look on her face. Originally, our people were ruled by a very generous king. It was actually not an elvish king. No, we were of a druidic value. We worshipped Sylvanas, and our king was handpicked by him. At least that is what we are told. Our king's name. What? Come on. Our king's name was Asterion. He was a druid of a very, very, very powerful stature. He had powers that, for at least a human his age, were far beyond those that would put in months or years of their life to get to that point. It was through his work, his generosity, that many humans, but mostly elves from the forests, would band together and create almost an empire. And one day he disappeared. Our god Sylvanas abandoned us, and slowly the city became smaller and smaller until this is all you see that's left. Sabine, roll me an insight check, please.
Okay, sure. Hold on. Inside. There we go.
Right. As she says the story, there is a little bit more that she probably hasn't said yet. At least in a sense, like when people talk about things, you sometimes see certain gestures in their bodies where they the chest, like they inhale
Mhm.
air to say something, but then they actually stop and then just exhale it without saying exactly what they would have said.
Okay. So you tell us this story, but I feel like this druid king you mentioned, the one with extreme power, could he have anything to do with the forest?
The statue in the middle of the forest. Who was the? Did people actually visit that statue at the
We
start? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So
We got the right to the
So-
plaque. The for you, my queen, may he watch
Indeed.
over us all. But I don't know if we got a name.
no, you did not.
Okay.
Well, yes, there is always more to a story, isn't it? We honestly don't know what happened to Asterion. He just disappeared around the same time the forest appeared around us. Many blamed him, and others said that he was just punished by Sylvanas for some reason, and that this is an extension of the punishment.
Why would Sylvanas punish an entire city for a perhaps unruly king?
Roll me another insight check.
Alright. Here we go.
You notice nothing out of the ordinary as she continues talking.
Okay.
She takes in a breath and she just says, I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Okay. Do I know if
At
she's
the
lying?
moment, that's what you try to solve with the insight check.
Okay, fine.
In the past, we worshipped him a lot. You can actually see the remnants of his statues, of a statue of him at the center of the village, he says. She means about Sylvanas.
Mm-hmm. So not the Druid King, but Sylvanas.
No, the statue at the center of the village is actually Sylvanas. It was erected by the king himself. He... Actually, if I'm not mistaken, he commissioned a few elves to work together to make it. I think one of them was Flora's father, Aerys.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
As for Flora's story, as you probably have seen, you would have seen her father at the edges of the forest,
We have.
together with many other people. Some people could not live with the notion that at some point they would die without having control of it.
So it was
many of
ritual
them-
suicide.
Some of them gave themselves to the forest so that they could end it sooner. Originally, Flora was to die with her father when her mother disappeared. We think that her mother was consumed by the forest as she was trying to forage for food.
That is not a very nice story.
Just real quick, out of character.
Yeah.
The woman we met fused to the tree, was she an elf?
She did have pointy ears, yes.
Could have been a goblin then.
But we have also mentioned this woman to the old lady, so maybe it's not the mother? Question mark.
Oh.
Well, there are many women in the world. It's kind of like just a woman in a city that was like empire-ish. It's kind of hard to like say that it was her or not her.
Good memory. Okay. I feel like there's something that we should look at. It's the statue.
I feel like I've just worked something out, but I'm not there, so I can't say anything.
We will share the information with you and then you can
She stands up. I'm going to check up on Flora. How about you just be about your business? And if one of you would be so kind to give this to my husband, and she gives you a little small black box that you would probably think a ring would be in it, but it's kind of locked and.
Who does she give it to?
She gives it to Peter.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to go outside to the statue, seeing Zolp there. I will explain to him the informations that we got.
All right. What is the rest doing?
I'll seek out the husband and give him the box.
All right. You go towards the. You can place your character at the designated location. Charles, Skux, what will you do?
I'll follow Peter around.
All right. Charles?
I'll just get another drink, I think.
He's not very social.
All right. You can just do your little drink, Midrik. Let us start with Peter and Skux. You approach the merchant place, and you see that currently Nero is fixing a door.
I'll just mutter to myself, oh great.
Do you think it was Zolp?
Sorry, we blanked out a second there. I heard my name, I think.
No, it's Peter and Skux who are now currently at the merchant place.
Okay.
Well, anyways. Let's
Wouldn't
give
surprise
the box. Let's give the box to Nero. Hey Nero.
And
Remember
he
me?
looks towards the side. Yes, what do you want?
Your wife sent us. Said I was supposed to give you this box.
Box? He looks at you and his eyes actually, for the first time at least since you saw him, widen a tiny little bit. It's like, I see. And he extends his hand and he asks for you to, put it in his hand, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
He takes the little box and is like, please wait here for a little bit. I will be right back. And he goes inside. And while this is happening, Zolp and Sabine, we can enact your little scene.
Yeah, I come out of the house and I see Zolp sitting on the statue. And I'm gonna look confused at him and be like, well, I wanted to go to the statue anyway, but I didn't expect it to be like this.
We find it very comfy up here.
That sounds indeed great, but there's something to this statue, something that we have yet to discover, I feel. And
At this point, if you've explained the conversation, or you...
no,
Yeah,
I can explain it now. So the lady inside there and blah blah blah, and the statue was built by the Tinkerer, blah blah blah, and the daughter is also from the Tinkerer, but ritual suicide, blah blah blah, the entire thing.
Okay, because she mentioned that it was... whatever, I can't say it, the king's name, the Druid king's name.
Sylvanas and Hysteria, the
Sylvanas
king.
is the god.
Asterion, yeah.
Was the man who made the statue, yeah.
Well, he commissioned it. The Tinkerer made the statue.
Well,
yeah,
but
one of them.
he wrote a letter to his queen on it, which I'm guessing by the AXC, at the end of it was the queen's name began with C.
Oh.
Sort of something I would have picked up by going through different dwarven ruins and noticing. It's my theory anyway. Not necessarily that it's known to dwarfs, but it's an ancient thing they would put down information on statues like that.
Okay.
So maybe the queen has something to do with it, or as you said, the Tinkerer, maybe that this whole thing is a contraption of some form.
So you think it could be a mechanism or something?
Possibly, but it also explains why he left, because they said the king left, didn't he? And maybe it was in search of the queen or something, but that is just guessing. But it would make sense if a tinkerer who tinkers, not carves statues, was part of the making of it. It would do something.
Okay. So there might be secrets to the thing. I don't think a single perception roll will do me any good here.
Not right now.
Okay.
So as you are talking with each other and conversing, at the same time you hear small footsteps, and behind you you see Flora approaching you all, and she once again sort of stays stuck to your leg.
I pat her head, yes.
I blow a raspberry.
Okay.
And she immediately backs away because she sees the dead thing on your face going closer to her.
I make Ooga Booga hands.
Yeah, she's good like.
Don't think she likes your pet.
She'll live.
Right. What does she want?
She just looks at the statue as she looked before.
Okay, I asked her, your father made this, or at least he was part of the crew that made this. And we believe this...
She looks at you and makes a hand sign that says yes.
Yeah, we believe there's something in this, a secret. Would you know of it?
She looks at and she's like, and she makes her hand signs like, well, Daddy used to talk about it for a little bit before he went very sad.
Yeah. What did he say about the statue? Can you tell us?
I don't really remember everything, she signs, but he had a little book with a lot of information in it.
We found your father's notebook. A friend of us has it right now. If we showed it to you, could that help you? Or us?
Daddy told me there are secrets in that little book.
Alright. So we're gonna need the book that Peter has. Okay. Do we see the others coming our way, or are they still busy?
Not yet, but this is a perfect moment to change scenes. As Nero comes outside, he doesn't have the little box anymore. Instead, he has a little, I wouldn't say ink bottle, but just a bottle with a certain substance in it, and a paintbrush on the other hand. I don't know why my wife thinks this will do you all any good, considering our doomed situation, but here you go. And he doesn't really say anything anymore, and just waves you off while he's continuing. Oh, sorry, I really have to answer this.
What were the items you guys get? A paintbrush and...
A paint and bottle.
A bottle of an unknown substance.
Probably ink.
Could
Probably
be a
rum.
could be a ritual or something. I feel like there's a ritual to be performed here, or there's like a simple mechanism in the statue.
Presses Willy.
What if it falls off? You're gonna be cursed forever.
Right. Sorry, that was not the correct way to do so. So, as he said, I don't know why my wife thinks that there is anything worth saving here. But if that's her inkling, then I suppose I'll follow her. Just bring this back, and little Flora will know what to do.
Oh boy.
Very well. Thank you.
He takes a last little glance and just continues working on the door.
Very pretty
And
door,
what?
by the way.
And while we're walking back to the inn, we accidentally see her with the other group up at...
You see her, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wave peeped her over. We need that book of yours.
Great, because we need Flora.
Swapsies.
Can I have the book, Peter?
Sure. Also, Flora,
Okay.
Nero gave us these, and he said you will know what to do with these.
She looks at you, kind of like excited, but also like a bit anxious, and she does her sign language thing at you.
Okay. He doesn't understand that though.
Yeah, but you don't understand.
Okay.
So she looks again at Sabine and does it again, and it says, "That's Dad's secret potion. He uses that on his little diary."
It's apparently to make a secret potion that he used on the diary.
It's a secret potion that he uses. Yeah.
So this might also show the secrets of the book. I will ask her, what do we have to do to find the secrets?
She gestures towards the little book. As she takes the little book, first she hugs it a little bit, trying to, and then she opens it, and there are multiple last pages that are actually not written in, at least at first glance. She then takes the pen and the potion and paints over it, and then you all see new text arriving, show up on the book with each page that she goes over with. She then looks at Sabine. Daddy told me to do this if I ever wanted to get out.
I will pat her head and then show the book to the rest of the group and commence reading it.
All right. With the way that it is written, it is probably a bit more before Aris fell into his supposed depression. It speaks of him trying to find a way out of the forest, a safe way. And having tried multiple ways through little tinkerings, there was a page that he said that he used a small contraption that would keep going forward in the forest, with the contraption itself not being a breathing entity. He managed to cast a spell on it as well, so that it would show visions of what it could have seen if it had eyes, and then would retract it back and see what he would see. And again, even that little thing would show endless forests again and again and again. He tried different approaches in the sky, in the forest itself, through the use of animals or non-living beings, everything. But every time, everything came up wrong. Or it didn't work, or everything was destroyed, or came back with no form of escape. It was during one of his ideas that he was like, well, I used up, I used in front, but I have never used down. And in the book, he's actually more talking towards Flora. And he says, my little child, below the statue is a way that will help you escape. I hope one day, because at this point, the last page, it depicts a bit more of a depression-ish-esque text. It's like, I don't think I will be the one that will be able to follow you, but if at some point somebody might be able to help you get out of here, this might be the way. And then it ends right there.
So we dug an underground tunnel.
It must be under the statue. But how would he... Was the tunnel dug and then the statue placed on top of it? Or can it be moved?
Well, first I would say, let's get Charles.
Yeah. Also, I will give the book to Flora, saying it's her father's, and we probably have all the information from it, and she should keep it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Unless you want it back, Peter.
She takes the book again and keeps it close, and actually runs towards the inn again.
Okay.
Oh. Guess let's follow her and get Charles.
Skux curses in Goblin.
By the way, is it possible that I have beer at the moment, purely to spite Soap?
Harsh.
Sure. Yeah, let's.
Yes, lovely.
Oh my god. Alright, Zolp, fuck him up.
Get dicked, door wrecker.
Zolm explodes, the statue of ruins, everyone's forthcoming victory.
And everybody is stuck in here forever. Yay!
Let's go.
End of story.
Game over.
6 chapters skipped.
The moment, the moment Sol walks in, I said like cheers in my jug of beer. Oh,
That was the last beer, by the way.
Pint of beer.
Oh no.
Last pint, yes, last pint beer.
Yes.
Okay, so
I think like a deep zero empty, place the empty pint on the table. Lovely.
You're an asshole. Anyways, what would you guys like to do?
Charles,
Uh-oh.
we might have a way out of here.
Oh.
Stop getting drunk
news.
and help us with this. Also, where is Flora? Have you seen her?
She walked past me, but I don't really saw where she went.
Probably to her room. At least you saw her go upstairs at the left side towards the women's side.
She went upstairs though to the women's side.
I think Flora will be fine.
Alright. Well. Let's see how this statue works.
So
Alright, roll me an investigation check on this one, Peter.
Yeah, boy.
Just try to make sense out of the words of a tinkerer from his books. Alright, so it has to do with a text on the statue. It has to do with different contraptions that need to be used, pushed and or pulled. And it has to do with a certain clock. Or anything in a form of a timed contraption.
Sorry, can we just take a quick 5-minute break while
Yes, I think a break would be appropriate, thinking it's already 9:30.
if we get anywhere else? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say a 15-minute break is appropriate.
Yep.
All right, see you all in
Right,
15
do that.
minutes.
I'll enjoy my beer then.
At
Be right back then.
Isaac. No, he left.
Yes?
Okay. Oh no, he didn't leave. From a story perspective, do we drag her alone or do we leave her here?
That's up to you.
Alright. Oh boy.
Can we like resurrect her?
No, Charlie, we don't. Her dad said for her to find a way out, and
Yeah,
we're
but if
kind of
she's dead-
taking her way out. She's not dead. Yet.
No, but she would be a more useful asset now.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll take her. And she had a clock that she was holding, and that 100% is one of the things that Isaac wants us to do.
I mean, either we're gonna get that clock or we're just gonna drag the one from the blacksmith.
Yeah, oh, you're gonna drag the fucking. Mhm.
It's not that heavy of a clock, really. At least
Uh.
if I have the right picture of a clock in mind.
I'm pretty sure it needs a very specific clock and not just that clock.
Demolish the whole house to get that clock.
Oh, really? You break time? Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'll get me some chips as well. Be right back.
Mhm.
Right, I'm also back.
I'm back.
Don't suppose anyone asked what the Queen's name was while they were in there, did they?
The Queen.
Uh,
No.
Druida.
Hmm.
I have a feeling we will have to select certain letters from the plaque.
Well, you're the investigator.
Can't we just like smash the statue?
I do have a big hammer.
I am the investigator.
Yeah, I'm sure if you hammer it down, fucking Nero won't make like the connection that you broke his door.
I found the hammer on the floor, you know, what's a man to do? Or goblin to do?
I apologize if you hear me crunching.
No, don't worry.
I am eating wasabi peanuts.
Oh, I just thought you were old. You're just like crunching as you moved.
Hmm.
Right. I'm soon to be 21, so old.
I'll just get my walking stick back out then.
Yeah, we are both relatively young, Karin.
What do you mean relatively?
I mean,
I'm back.
considering almost everyone in the Discord is over 30 or at least nearing the 30.
Yeah, so relative to me, you're young.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we are in that case.
Yes. We have a full life ahead of us still.
Oh boy.
Yay, more years of depression.
Yes, even more. More years we can look back upon as like, oh, we had so much time back then.
It's kind of crazy. Sometimes a lot of people are like, oh, I wish I was young again. But I don't know. Like, I feel like with the achievements that I have and the life that I have now, I wouldn't want to be 10 years younger again. Shit was fucking miserable for me.
I mean,
She is
the
miserable
thing
for me
is,
right now.
I would like
That's
to be 10 years
difficult,
younger, but only with experience I have now. because
That's not
otherwise
how
it would
that
be useless.
works. Yeah, just put yourself 10 years back and buy Google and Facebook shares. Of course, everyone would like to do that. Who wouldn't?
Let
But
me
the
just buy
thing is,
Bitcoin.
otherwise it's useless. Like, yes, I want to go through all depression again that I experienced 10 years ago. Woo! Well, 10 years is a bit much, but
Man, were you even like 5 years old back then? Like 10 years ago? Jesus. Or did you have depression
I
at
was
5?
10.
Put it this way, when I was your age, the Xbox One had just come out.
Hmm.
damn. With Xbox One, that's not that old.
When I was young, back in my age,
We had 56 KB modem.
we didn't even have the internet.
Not that old.
I am.
Oh yeah, I
Internet.
bet you
I
are.
had internet when I was 17 or 16.
I mean, I just remember Nokia phones and using Bluetooth to
Oh, God.
swap songs.
Yeah, the
That
good
was
old
good fun.
fold phones, yeah.
I remember gaming on PS1. That was fun.
Oh, there was that one racing game that I like no life the fuck.
I had the original Nintendo, if that helps.
Ooh.
I had a
normal?
Game Boy with
Oof.
Pokemon Sapphire. If that means something.
I started with Super Nintendo and Sega. What was it called?
Mega Drive 2.
In Germany, it's
Oh.
called Sega Mega Drive, but
Yeah.
they had different names for it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was over here, same Mega Drive.
Hmm.
There was 2 of them, I think. I don't know which one. I think there was much in them.
Playing the Sonic games. Ah. Back then when they were good.
I remember playing Sonic on the Sega Mega Drive and Mario on the Super Nintendo.
I
Mhm.
mean, there were actually good Sonic games.
Oh yeah, like up
Before
to
they
the
went
third
3D.
one. I don't know how they continuously manage to fuck it up. It's such an easy formula. Go fast, go through loops, and just do some parkour shit.
Yep, and then they go, no, we want 3D, we want this, we gotta do this, you gotta change this, you gotta do that, and then it's like, is this even Sonic?
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna add the Werehog stage where it's kind of like a combat game now, and people are like, why?
Yep, just because that's what's fancy at the time. I could complain forever about how they've ruined games.
It's such a simple thing they just had to continue with. Yeah. It didn't even need a story or any spoken words. It's just
No, you
like,
went there. You jumped on the bad guys, and they became animals, and you got to the
Yeah.
end of the level. That's it. All you had to do.
yeah, gameplay over story.
There was no saving, so every time you turned it off, you got to go back to the first frickin' level again. So
Yeah, now they try to have like deep stories that no one cares about.
yeah, that's the worst bit. When no one cares about the actual story, they're skipping all the text. They just want to get to the actual gameplay.
Maybe Isaac died. Right, we'll continue the story without him. I'll take over as the game master.
So wins.
Please add the following magical items.
Woo!
Make it a rapier +3. Let's go.
All right, I'm back.
Oh.
Well, that goes that.
I think he heard you.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Heard what?
What?
Oh, so some kind of bomb underneath the statue.
Right.
All right. Let's see. If everybody's here back again, can you put an R in the chat? All right. This is where the session ends. Thank you all for being here. It was very nice.
Compliance? What is that?
I do not follow orders.
I mean, no one followed.
He said put R in it, and I did.
So, I think we were at the investigation check, and I told you that it involved the text on the statue. It involved a contraption that would tell time, and it involved pushing and pulling certain aspects of the statue to unlock it.
Wink, wink.
Right. I'll let you guys solve the first things, and then I'll go to the little girl.
So, who was inside the house with the clock?
Not me.
Peter, Skux, and me.
So
But I do not believe this is the clock we're looking for. She has a clock.
This is
This
not
is
the
not the
clock. you're looking-
She had a clock when she was when
Oh,
we
the
saw
watch,
it.
yes.
Yeah. She definitely has the key to this. But the text and the pushing and pulling, that might be unrelated. Or should we get her now?
The
So we
text,
should-
I'll try to press on the letters and try to spell out the name Flora.
Ooh, I like that.
Let's see now. All right. You do see that some of the letters that you that are on the text are indeed pushable. Some do, some don't. But oh no, wait, you're right. So yeah, indeed, by clicking the name Flora in the chat itself, the plaque sort of like comes forward, then flips over, and clicks back in, and there is a circle, an open circle in the middle of it now.
Mm-hmm.
Put your finger in it.
No.
And I think now we cut over to me. And I'll bring the little girl. I will go up to her room.
Alright.
And I knock on her door. And I guess she will open because she can't tell me to come in.
Sign language that you can enter. Sorry, her hand goes through a little open space and she hand gestures come in.
Yeah, I'll go in. I'll look at her and I tell her, look, your father wanted us to find a way to get out of here. Wanted you to get out of here. When we are leaving, I have no idea if we will ever manage to come back. It might be in your best interest to come now, because we're getting ready to leave this place, and his wish was that you come with us.
He looks a bit downwards, then up. But what about Femoria or Nero?
We will
Should've
ask
gave
them,
Salt beer.
but I believe they are at peace with the decision by now. You still have a long life ahead of you.
She does cry a little bit.
Should we go say goodbye to her?
She shakes her head no, she doesn't want to.
Okay. Do you need anything, or should we get ready now?
I don't really have anything, she signs. Just my watch.
Oh yeah, you will not have that much longer, don't worry about that. I'll take her hand
He
and
looks
then...
up at you with a gasp.
I didn't say that. I'll take her hand and then we'll make our way outside where, surprise, surprise, we might need that watch. But I'll wait for them to tell me. So did you guys figure out anything?
Yeah. I pushed the name Flora on the text. Voila, it opened the secret contraption. Now we need a circle-shaped thing. Probably has to do something with time.
I look at Flora and ask her, your clock might be the key to this, since it's your father's secret.
At this point, she detaches herself from you and she just says immediately no. She doesn't want to part with it.
Maybe Charlie was right, she's better off dead.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
No killing the child, please.
Okay, I'll go down on one knee and I tell her, your father wanted to do this. Your father built this for you to get into safety. If you don't use the key for the store, your father's work will be for nothing.
Roll me a persuasion check. It could have been explained better, so no advantage.
What do you mean? I said he did it for her. Well, shit.
But you did say that you were better off dead, even if it was outside of it.
Oh, you little shit making that count.
Aha! Get wrecked.
What was I rolling?
Check.
Persuasion. Oh, -1. That can only end in misery.
Well, this is a pretty good persuasion check. She, against her will though, but still hesitantly gives you the watch.
Yeah, I ask her who's a good girl, pat her head, and then hand the watch over to...
She bites you.
No. I thank her and tell her that if we can keep the watch, she will get it back. But we have no idea how this contraption works yet. And then I hand the clock to Peter.
Alright. I push the watch in.
Alright. You do try to push the watch in, but it kind of doesn't really immediately fit. At least at first glance. Maybe there are multiple steps, is what your first...
Break it.
What first comes to mind.
smell.
Oh boy.
Maybe the insides fit, not the outsides. Who knows?
I try to open the watch and see what's the time on it.
All right. As you open the watch, it's actually a pretty special one. As you open the top side, it actually opens up completely. At least the lid opens up completely in 180 and clicks from behind as well. Then you actually see the watch itself. It continuously keeps spinning. Actually, it doesn't really stop as you look at it.
Oh. Wow, okay. Guys, any idea what to do with this? It doesn't actually fit.
So,
It didn't fit while it was closed. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it will fit now that it's open in some way.
Why don't you try?
I'll try it.
All right. Now it clicks.
Nice.
That leaves the last step then. Pushing and pulling.
As you click in the watch, you hear some other moving sounds from within the statue, and the two hands of the watch fall downwards, all two pointing towards the sixes.
Towards the sixes.
Towards the six. I mean, there was 1 6 on the clock.
So it points down.
Didn't you guys say something about moving them from 2 6s to 3/4?
What?
Quarter to 4. You said you had to change it from 2 6s to quarter to 4 on the other clock.
I mean, the time in the house was 3:45. And then it changed to 3.
But there was 2 6s to begin with, wasn't it? We're both looking downwards.
Yeah.
So do you reckon that's any idea?
I mean, can you move the hands right now, Peter?
I'll try to move the hands.
You can move the hands.
Put
Okay,
them
I'll
on either 3:45 or 3 then.
I put the short one on 3 and the long one on 45. Okay, 9.
Right. As you do that, this time the clock stays in. The plaque again goes up, turns around, floop, and closes downwards. And you see the statue itself start to like rumble a little bit, and the hands, and well, at least with the broken spear and the half broken shield, go upwards, and now the statue is just in a different position. At the belt of the statue, you see that same clock again that was at the plaque below go in front again, and it just as you saw it there, it just moved spaces from the plaque to the center of the belt of the statue.
So
Wow.
the statue moved and we can see
Moved a little
under it?
bit. It's sort of like put its hands upwards so that there is open space for you to approach. Well, in that case, because otherwise, with how close the shield and the spear were together, they would sort of like be in the way of the belt, which now houses that same little watch.
Start the floor, oh no.
What?
No, don't worry about it.
Can I investigate the belt area?
Sure. Roll me investigation check.
Damn.
Don't immediately, at least from what you remember from the notes in the house and the notes in the little notebook, you don't really remember anything out of the ordinary in terms of the belt. You do remember that you now need to do something with the statue, probably. At least with that high of an investigation check.
Maybe we can now try and push it. Or maybe pull. Can somebody help me?
Can I see anything different from my height perspective?
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, that's like saying a no, isn't it, basically?
You fall off the statue.
Minus
Oh
two.
my
That's right.
god!
I've got
20.
-2 on that.
On both a natural 20. Fuck off. Anyways.
Zolb just falls and opens the gate somehow.
Although you have no idea of the concept of contraptions, in that concept you are absolutely stupid. You do see that because the arms moved up, that the shoulders sort of like are movable. Well, are a bit more open so that the arms are movable.
Ooh, look, arms are funny. Go look.
The
Well.
arms.
Move the arms then.
Right.
Not my arms. Ow!
Let's try the same thing that worked before. And make a T-pose out of him.
I need this to
So-
visualize the kid.
As you try to pull down the arms then that are now going upwards, they indeed go downwards. You stop them at the T-pose, but nothing happens.
All the way then.
Didn't you say it went to 4 o'clock afterwards, 3 o'clock afterwards?
Oh, it went to 3.
Indeed. As you were moving the arms, the clock itself also moved with it, the hands of the clock.
Put it on 3.
Let's put it on 3.
All right. So as you move the clock to 3, you see that the shield is where the 3 is, and the spear is now exactly where 12 is, going upwards. You hear a myriad of clicking noises, front, back, below. You hear a rumbling going off. The clock on the belt flips away and is gone again, and the statue once again has the same pose as before and slowly backs away, like more and more, revealing a passage way below. And then the plaque once more flips over, showing a final version of it, where the clock is on the left side, again normal, and on the right side you see some more text saying, "Please be safe, my little sunflower."
Oh.
Okay.
Aw, anyways.
Can I take the clock out?
Yeah.
You pry off the clock, indeed,
And I hand it back to Flora.
and she hugs it close to her chest.
Can I take the statue as a mount?
You can stitch you. What now?
Wait, the statue moves. Can I take it as a mount?
No. No.
So, what did it
yeah.
reveal?
As it revealed an underground passage.
Crazy.
As that happens, you do see both Famoria and Nero approach from behind. Flora looks behind and runs towards them and gives them a big hug. At this moment, also, while you're looking behind you, you do see that the entrance of the village actually disappeared and has been completely enveloped by more and more forest.
Lovely.
Well, there's only one way to go. Should we say goodbye to them?
No.
The kid disappeared. Oh, there's one. Oh, no.
I think it's a good idea to say goodbye. And maybe ask for a gold back, because they won't need
You're
it.
getting jack shit, asshole. You're getting jack shit. Gold's
What if we
mine
kill
now.
them and rob them? There's just 2 of them.
Well,
Then again, I don't like the misfortune.
I mean, you already got misfortune.
More than you think.
Yeah, you're stuck with us.
So, so Famoria approaches you together with Nero and Flora Flora in between them, holding their hands. So, it seems you did manage to find Aeris's final gift to Flora.
You knew?
We always knew. Aeris always came to the inn, talking about ways to find a way out. But after his wife disappeared, he broke down. One day before he decided to, well, end it, he approached us, telling us to take away Flora before he would do something stupid. Nero was lucky to be there before the vines managed to catch her. And she then looks behind, and as it seems, we don't have a lot left, as the final entrance to the village has been closed. It won't be very long before we're all consumed.
Do you wish to come with us?
Oh, my dear, we are far too old for this. We've had our lives. We would rather die in peace in the place we once called home. She looks at Flora, but there is a bigger future for her. At least we can also hope.
We will take Flora with us. I know that's what you wish.
We thank you. Aeris would also be very, very much in your debt.
Well, we are in his debt as well. For him, maybe finding a way out. Who knows? It's our best chance.
Right. What will you do now?
I want to ask them the name of the queen.
Of the queen?
Yeah, he said he was looking out for the queen on the statue.
There was never mentioned that he was looking for her queen, but there was a queen indeed.
Yeah.
You mean Asterian's queen?
Asterian's queen. Yeah. For you, my queen, may he watch over us. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Ah.
AX.
Yes, sure. Her name was Celestia.
Does that ring any bells to anyone?
No.
Nope. Only that it means stars, but that's something everyone knows.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Anything else?
We have all the beer in the village.
I might be a bit rude here, but do you have anything that could help us on our journey?
She looks at her husband and her husband back to you and is like, no, everything you saw in the shop was everything we had left.
Alright. At least thank you for our stay at the inn.
She nods her head a little bit and then takes out a little pouch and throws it towards Sabine.
Alright, I'll catch it. I'll look inside.
Favoritism.
In it is all the gold you spent except the Nero's.
How much is it, and I'll split it evenly.
3 per person.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't someone go back twice?
I did not pay money, and Charlie did not.
Yeah,
I didn't go
So Peter, Zolp, and Skux at 3, and that's it.
Thank you, Kai.
Charles as well. At the end, Charles also went in.
Oh yeah, okay.
At the
All
end,
but me.
go in.
I'll give everyone their money and not take any for myself. And I say thank you.
All right. Anything else?
Well, now is as a good time as any, I guess. I wave over to Flora. Do you want to join us now?
He looks a little bit at Famoria, and Famoria looks at Flora, and she gestures her to follow you. She then takes slow steps If she had any more tears left to cry, she would, but after so
No.
much crying, you can't anymore. And she takes her hand.
I tell her
While
to
looking-
always stay near me, even if there's danger. Unless I tell her otherwise.
She nods.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So, okay, you all go downwards towards the passage in the below the statue. She at the same time looks behind, looking at Femoria and Nero, and as you still keep descending, you hear the contraption of the statue again as it actually is closing off from above you. At the same time as that is happening, multiple lanterns lit up throughout the long forward cave interior that goes into a straight line. And then you hear the final click of the statue locking in place.
Do we feel
Guess
the
there's only
wind?
way to go.
You feel no immediate wind, but there is air, so there should be an exit somewhere.
I light up a torch because I can't see shit.
No, I did tell you that there are lights now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Lanterns
Are
lit
they
up.
electric or what? How did they turn on? Or is it just like
Not relevant.
background? Okay. Magic lantern, got it. Can I take one of the magic lanterns?
Not
Okay, we will
relevant.
follow the path.
All right. So that's reef.
Oh,
All right.
finally a new zone. Let's go. I'm hyped.
Well, you think.
Roll initiative.
Ancient green dragon.
Again?
All right.
The hole was actually a mimic.
Everything's a mimic, isn't it?
The mimic is a mimic.
Flora as a mimic.
Everyone's a mimic.
Right. So, first of all, you all follow the
Yellow brick road.
the cave mound straight through. Sometimes you hear the sniffling sounds of Flora crying a little bit, but not too much, anyways. And let's just say that it takes about a good 15 minutes to half an hour to traverse the cave interior, and you do see an opening at the end of the tunnel. Well, not really an opening. You see a sort of like, I wouldn't say stone door, but like staircases going upwards, very steep, with like a closed opening in a sense, and a lever on the left side. So think of it like how if you reach the end of a Skyrim dungeon,
I love it.
sort of like
Open
where
the
you
exit right at the start.
I
Takes us
suppose.
to the start. Right, someone pull it.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
pull it.
All right, so
You
you
see,
pull it,
Child.
No.
and the wow.
We need her
And,
as a shield.
The stone actually does go towards the side, and a bright light envelops you all. And as you go outside, you are met with a familiar sight of where you were before.
Oh god.
Oh, we're tree woman.
Yeah.
All right. Oh wait, where is my music?
Do the leaves on
me a
steps
little
mean
moment.
anything? What leaves?
You had little leaves over your picture earlier. I think they're gone now.
Oh, we used to do that. If you rest and get food, you get a bonus, and that
Oh,
bonus gives you
well
the
fed sort of thing.
yeah. One advantage roll.
Give me a little minute. Something is wrong again with my audio. Don't know why this keeps happening.
Did we get a sprite for the little girl, or did we just drop her?
She doesn't have a sprite.
Okay. Then she can't die at least. Let's go. Huge.
No.
We'll just draw her.
Guess why she doesn't have a sprite?
She
Because we're
can't
gonna
die.
leave
Because
her
he
here.
tied her to his back.
No, we
No.
leave her here.
No. If you manage to guess why she doesn't have a sprite, you might get something from me.
She's a mimic.
No.
She's the one fused to the tree.
No.
I mean, it's her mom, isn't it?
She's not real. We imagined her the whole time.
She's the will of the Wishwoods.
No.
Let's continue before we just randomly guess it and then it's really unsatisfying.
Give me a little moment because I need to fix this and then we will immediately continue.
Man, I gotta say,
Yeah.
these wasabi things are really good.
Who? Where?
He's eating his nuts.
Ah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
With wasabi.
Oh, wasabi. Yeah.
Hey, Nini.
My friend used to own a pub. He bought like freaking 100
Oh.
packets of the stuff. It was lovely.
You got this? You got this? Hello, Nini.
Okay, that's set. Let me see, where is it? Where is it?
So we had an information thing about this zone already, didn't we? So
Yeah, it's the riddle thing.
Did
where the
anyone?
stones are.
Well, there's the stones are just around it. He didn't specify it. It's
Yeah,
not on this
the
map.
stones are missing is what the issue was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the first one has something to do with plague. So
Yeah,
we will
yeah.
likely have to move elsewhere. The
Okay.
question is, why did
Surrounded
we
by
end up
plague
here?
on one zone resides. The other sisters' tribes that
Yeah.
always collide. I forgot to ask about the fucking fairies.
I'm apparently a fairy.
Yep.
Where's my coin?
Somewhere in this forest. You're very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Actually not wrong.
Yeah, it's a monkey paw thing. You just didn't ask the correct question.
Where is the exact location of my coin? Shit,
Oh,
fuck.
it's very simple. This forest doesn't even have a place, so I'll just point in a random direction. If you go long enough, you have a chance to find it.
No, that's not the exact location, then, is it? Because there's a chance.
I mean, eventually we'll loop around somewhere and sometime.
Ah, it's corrupt.
I think we should
need to
sacrifice the
re-download
TV.
it. Give me a minute, I need to re-download this music.
You've gone really quiet.
Me?
He's fumbling with something, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you need to fix this.
No, I know how it is.
It's A-okay.
Mhm.
When everyone's back, I'm gonna ask Flora about fairies. Remind me to do that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she will talk to you. Maybe if
Yeah.
you
Can
act
ask Sabine
nice.
to ask for me.
She's just gonna point to us.
What if we resurrect your rat and she pets it and then everything's okay?
I think I can't spare the living on that anymore.
I think it's an
More on
amalgamation of rats. It's not just like a singular rat. It's like 25 rats skinned.
Oh, have you seen the thing that is called a rat king, where rats just get bundled together for some reason? Hold on, let me Google what that's called. I think it was called Rat King Syndrome or something. It's really creepy. Rat King Syndrome.
Now I need to upload this.
Yeah. A rat king is a collection of rats whose tails are intertwined and bound together in a way. This may result in entangling material like hair, a sticky substance such as sap or gum, and the tails being tied together. Historically,
lovely.
this phenomenon is particularly associated with Germany. That's interesting.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
you're a rat king.
That wasn't new.
Rattenkoning.
Rattenkoning. Oh god, nee toch. It's uploading, give it a minute. Okay. Well, that was annoying. Sometimes some music just disappears for no apparent reason.
Yes, Nini, we finally figured out the way you like to cuddle. You're loving it. I'll have to tell the Ellie.
Hey. Okay. Sorry, that was ready to go. So, let's put that back in. That works. Yes, no? Yes. All right. So that works still. Good. So you've emerged again at the Druid Grove, where you originally learned that this would be the site where you would find a way to your wish, as Kotkushia explained to you. What will you do now?
Well, you wanted to ask the kid, right, Soap?
Yes, I'd like to ask Flora about any known fairy sightings.
She looks at Solp and then at Sabina's like, and she hand gestures. I don't really know anything about fairies. Daddy once saw one, but I don't remember where, when, and how.
I tell Soap that
I
there's...
thank her anyway. I thank her anyway.
Okay. Yep.
I guess I'll walk over to the wood lady to see if anything has changed.
I want you to tell her name.
Just
Or
because.
What's her name?
Kotkushia.
Almost.
ugh, fine. Wait a second.
Jeez.
He should have just told. She doesn't remember her own name.
Checkers.
Checkers?
Cat-
No.
Go suck a dick.
Yeah.
Kratkusia. Alright, you approach Kratkusia. What do you want to do? You see her again resting in the same position as you saw her last time.
Nah, I was just checking if she was there.
She's still there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm gonna sit on this stone.
Didn't imagine that one.
I will take Flora there and ask Flora, have you ever seen this person?
Alright, so you all move there?
Yeah, I'll go with.
Traumatized young girl.
She sees the lady encased in the roots of the tree, and goes a bit closer, a little bit, more out of curiosity than anything else. But considering her lack of immediate reaction, it's obvious that she doesn't really know the lady, so she shakes her head.
Okay.
Why is it not a repeat? Goddamn music.
Someone has to... Stop licking me, Nini.
Does anyone have any ideas about how we should proceed?
Well, we have to ask a lady, I guess. Maybe she knows something. Maybe if we wake her up.
Could be.
She wasn't very well last time we woke her up, was she? She was very tired.
Well, she had a little nap now.
But
And
I
we
should have
don't
been
know.
day.
We don't know how time works here.
Precisely. Could have been weeks,
True,
months,
true.
maybe years. Well, let's have a Kotkushia.
Right, what do you do?
I try to call out to Kotkushia.
No response.
Shall we set her on fire and see if that wakes her up?
Yeah, I'll try to. No.
Maybe if you...
I'll try to shake her hand with mage hand again.
Don't snap it.
All right. When you do so, she kind of like shifts a little bit. It's almost like she hear her mumble and talk, and she isn't really in a good space right now. As if I would say a nightmare, maybe?
Don't wake her up. We're gonna get killed by a tree if you wake her up.
That, or she will just continue to suffer in a nightmare, probably? What do you guys think? Awake or don't wake?
Do we have anything to calm her of any way?
Words?
mean, is the status of affliction?
Well, so far I didn't hear any opinion to wake or don't wake.
Well, then
I
you
mean,
have to decide.
I'll try to shake her a bit harder.
All right, you shake her a bit harder. She groans again. It's like, no, run! And she starts to like talk in her sleep, and you hear her say, "Run."
We run.
Yeah, we
We
run.
run.
We run.
Bail it.
As you do try to run away, Charles, just as when you tried to
Oh,
run
come
after the
on!
wolf, the entrance of the stone arch is blocked off by roots and vines and all the other kinds of.
Lights. That helped, doesn't it?
I cast Sacred Flame on the thing.
Nothing happens.
Aw.
And the fire sort of like singes a little bit. Instead, like one sort of lashes out and almost slaps you across the face as you try to sacred flame it. You can still hear Kerkusia moan in her sleep as she isn't really happy. She's obviously having a grand nightmare, and isn't feeling very good, and the sense of foreboding is following you as well. While you are behind that plague, Flora is clutching very, very hard at Sabine, and she keeps, tapping Sabine's leg again and again and again and again and again.
What is it?
And she then points behind you.
I turn around.
And I would like everybody to roll initiative. As
Yeah.
That's an old bear boy.
Oh, I did mine too early. Shit.
And 1 second, we will start once I made them. So now you can roll your